Hey guys, Casey here and welcome back to another episode. We've got ourselves another windy day here in Montana. In fact, I'm beginning to think that the wind never stops, but I'd rather wind than snow or monsoon rain. But a lot has happened since our last episode. Obviously, the tomato trellis has been cleaned off, but I'm going to take you off the tripod and show you around, and then we'll go visit the greenhouse after this. So, in the tomato run, the original tomato run has been cleaned, demulched, because we learned that mulch is not necessary for tomatoes in Montana. It just doesn't get hot enough to justify it. In fact, last year we didn't have to water the tomatoes for probably about 3 months, actually. It was just awful. In here, I've got some of the Valkyrie asters. Some are a little sad, like this guy. This guy is sad. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what way up is. They were all condensed in that pot. They grew however they could to get to the light, and that was not standing up straight. So they've been in here for a couple of days now, and I think they're doing okay. Look at that. It's a piece of glass. No joy. Yeah, so they're all doing all right. In there, we've got nothing. All the tags on the bottom of the run here are marigolds. So these are the French white marigolds. Everything in between that rock and this mushroom head are yellow marigolds, and then 3 more white marigolds, because I'm a freak like that. So the onions that toppled over mostly are on this side here on the right, and then the onions that I planted start from here and go back. So they're all doing okay. Some better than others. As you can see, I got more onions from my local box store, because that's just where I happen to be. I got my Walla Wallas, 2 of them, which I'm pretty happy. And then these ones are called candy onions, and they're supposed to be super sweet, which is like the best kind of onion. I did buy some strawberry starts for that extra bed over there, because I'm lazy. And of course some flowers, some violas and some mums, because I'm a sucker for flowers. White marigolds, black king pansies, white marigolds, black king pansies, white marigolds. Again, because I'm a freak like that. The apricot lemonade cosmos got, they got cold one night. It wasn't too bad. I want to say it was 34, and I didn't stick them in the greenhouse. And this is the result of that. They're not dead yet. This one is obviously more alive than the other 2. They probably won't last much longer if their leaves keep dying, because then they can't soak up the sun too well. So I did plant some more seeds in here. Apparently, or according to the World Wide Web, that they're really easy to grow from seed. And I probably could have just direct sown them to begin with, but I'm just not that kind of person, I suppose. Save room in the greenhouse. I know what I'm doing next year. The grocery store garlic is doing pretty well, actually. They're starting to fill out a bit better. And here's some more grocery store garlic. Doing pretty good. We've got here Tender Sweets, Scarlet Nantes, Kyoto Reds, Atomic Reds, and Little Fingers. Those are all carrots. Bull's Blood Beets are all in here. And then the Persian Stars, the German Extra Hardies, and Chestnut Red. Something red. Something like that. Those 3 there. Strawberries are good. Jump Up Johnnies are doing swimmingly too. They're having a blast underneath that pot. Obviously nothing's going to have popped up from here yet. And then this side is all cleaned and tilled and ready to go. Hot damn. And I planted the broccoli, because there's no point in it sitting outside in a cup all this time when it can go in the ground. The tomatoes might block them a little bit, which is not something I thought about when we did the extra tomato run. Da-da-da. It still needs to get some steer manure in it, but it is tilled and pretty much amended. We went with a narrow bed to make sure we have walking space on either side, and it's actually open on this side so I can do a full circle. I will plant marigolds in this run when I plant the tomatoes. That way I know where to put them. Oh yeah, this bed's been tilled and amended as well. So that's the edamame bed. Apparently I lied. Look at what I see popping up. Little baby radishes. Okay, achievement 1. Strawberry starts have been planted. Okay, got the violas planted and the candy onions. But that's all, because now I have to go to work. My quarantine is over as of today. So we got 2 peppers, all of the herbs, the marigolds, the celery, sweet williams, and the 3 eggplants hardening off. Okay, so it's a totally different day. Yesterday I went and showed you the garden, and I was supposed to come back in and show you the greenhouse, and I didn't. I got busy. Sorry. So the next day, now you get the greenhouse tour. So let's take a look. Okay, so in all honesty, a lot has changed since the last time you saw it, and I don't know if you can tell right off the bat, but there's a lot more room. And that is because I got rid of a lot of the plants. That's right, all but 2 pepper plants I gave away. I gave away to someone who has a nice big outdoor greenhouse. The tallest plant was a shishito pepper plant, and it was 14 inches tall. So I happily gave them away. And I had obviously restarted them, so I will show them to you now. I've got a shishito here. The purple beauty bell peppers. This is a scalloped squash that I started. We've got here the Mexican gherkins, the kiku melons. It would be, the full name is the Kiku chrysanthemum melon. And then a regular squash plant. The mini bells and the banana peppers got replanted because they weren't popping up. This is a Verna sausage. That's what I forgot. I forgot to mention that as well. I also got rid of 3 tomato plants when I got rid of the pepper plants, consisting of 2 of the Verna sausages and 1, the early Cascade tomato. So 1 I didn't grow last year. So that's one we will miss out on this year, and that's fine. I needed to make some room, and they requested 3 tomato plants, and that is what I gave them. So anyways, this is a Verna sausage. Back here, this really sad one is the pink oxheart that I had transplanted a while ago. It's still healthy, it is just very droopy, and you gotta understand, when I transplanted these tomato plants, I really tore apart their root system. I mean, I messed up their roots all the way up to the base of the stem where the stem would have started growing up, so I could fit them far down in there. So I wasn't really expecting them to bounce back as quickly as they normally would, but this one is really kind of starting to worry me. He's been like this for a few weeks now, and this one back here is a Tomito. This is an early Cascade / early girl, and then another Tomito back there. We've got here the Sweetie tomato. This is the Japanese black trifle. Another Tomito. This is Berry's Crazy Cherry. And this really sad one, again, I really messed up their root systems to plant them this low, so I just gotta ride it out. Is a Wagner blue-green. This one back here is a Black Seaman, and he's always had droopy leaves, so don't worry about him. We've got lemon cucumbers popping up, jelly melons, and a honeydew. And I do have the sticks in here, since they're trellising plants. They can cling to them. All good. This is an early Cascade. These are my in-laws' eggplants that she got from someone. So those aren't going to be staying there, but that's what they are. Another early Cascade. This is the African daisy that, when I hardened off, 2 of its leaves died. But clearly it is just fine. So I'm waiting for warmer weather to harden it off. Subarctic Plenty. We've got in here some Tokiwa Tokyo cucumbers. And then this crazy thing is the Sun Gold tomato. It's ridiculous. It's so leggy, but when I spoke to the friend that I gave the peppers and the tomatoes to, they said that they've always grown Sun Golds and they have always done this. Now, the last year's 2 Sun Gold plants I bought, and they didn't do very well. They were leggy, they were whiny, and they just all in all weren't healthy. And she said it's completely normal for this breed of tomato up here for them to act like this. So not to worry about it. And I guess I won't. Swiss chards and some more Swiss chards. This Swiss chard is exactly why everything is up on, I flipped upside down planters and stacked them on there because I keep having to raise the lights for the tomato plants. So the new sprouts are kind of losing out. Okay, so down here we've got a sad blue cream, a blueberry, Tessa's Landrace currants. Oh, the 3 eggplants that are supposed to be outside and I forgot to take them out there. Choco cherry. He's kind of leggy. Another early cascade for the in-laws. And Verna sausage. Early cascade. A Wisconsin peach, and then another early cascade. And that is it. Okay, so I do want to also mention that I have caught a couple of the tomato plants trying to flower, those darn things. So I'm just going to nip that in the butt real quick and make sure that they don't. I did end up giving away, obviously, the pepper plants that I did let flower. I kept the one that had the blight, because I'm not going to give that away. And then one of the smallest of the bunch. So I ended up giving away 2 banana peppers, 2 shishitos, 2 bell peppers, and then, yeah, the 3 tomato plants. Which is a huge difference on the indoor greenhouse. I will see you guys next week with the next update. Till then, bye!